Hey, what's... I can't keep a straight face with you over there. Welcome back to the Team Olympus YouTube channel and vlog. Tonight, we're working on another Garage Idiots project. What's up, Joe?
Working on another one of Preston's projects.
Preston's projects. That's like Preston's kids.
They are. I think they are.
It's like a foundation. So we have the Garage Idiots Turbo Miata Kart here in the shop. And as you can see, it is cageless. So Preston was happy with what we did on the Bug. So he's like, hey, why don't you guys do another one? And what did Joe say?
Sure!
That sounds so disingenuous.
I mean, of course, Preston, anything for you.
Thankfully, there's no body to work around. There's no serious complications. So this video series should only maybe be 2 or 3 videos, just depending on a couple things. But for the most part, this cage is going to be kind of an exo setup. It's going to run from there around, and then we're going to have another tube go up for the A pillar and back, a main hoop for the B pillar, and then of course the tie downs, the strut, I don't know, whatever they are, the bar from there to the main hoop. And then we're talking about we may cut this funky stock bar out and just do a straight bar, so that's part of the cage and meets tech. Because this one, well, honestly, it's going to be built, isn't it going to be built to the same as the Bug spec? 10-point cage? 8-point? Yeah.
8.5.
8 or 10, whatever that comes out to be. So we got a few things we got to figure out here. He's already got some plates where he mounted the cage here, and then inside the body here. So we're trying to figure out, the really hard thing is with going with the Exo is where do we run out here? So we're trying to figure that out. And then we got a plate back here, has to be a 6x6 plate. So we're going to beef all this area up. And yeah, so we're going to, I guess we'll start to figure a couple things out. And then once we get that figured out, we'll show you what we got. I thought the seat was just loose. I didn't know it wasn't actually bolted in.
Didn't we have this conversation about Preston, bolt the seat in and all that? Yeah. Not bolted in. All right, well, we're working on the Miata tonight. I got Daniel off doing some measuring on some plates I'm going to cut. Real quick, for anybody new to the channel, I want to walk around the shop here. I just need to stretch my legs. But over here, we got, this is my CJ. We're doing a kind of a resto mod on it. Got a whole series going on that. Couple Ultra 4s in the shop. This is our newest one here with the front independent suspension on this one. This is Daniel's car. This is Daniel's baby right here. Rear engine, single seater. Probably going to be pushing around 1,200 horsepower maybe. No, we'll find out when we get the thing tuned. Over here we got our rock bouncer buggy. One of our friend's cars that we're building up for him here. We got one of our buddies, Corey, with Big Bear Off-Road. We're going to do a few modifications to his Ultra 4 car. Previously, an Olympus off-road car. I think we had this one coming in at around 800 horsepower. It's single supercharged, and the other one's a dual supercharger on that. All right, and over here I got Daniel's 56 Willys truck. Right now I think we're just going to do a shop truck, kind of clean it up, make it a driver. He's got some other ideas, but we do have a video on that. Starting this 350 that's in it. Runs great, so go check out that video. And let us know what you think, because you guys get to decide what we do with this truck. Over here we got our old race TJ. This one's getting put back pretty close to stock with some minor modifications on it. And then down here we have a 41 Ford Jeep, and we're turning this into a burnout vehicle. This actually belongs to Corey as well. So we're going to be building this one up for him. Whole series on that, come check it out. All those videos, they're somewhere here. Find the links, go check them out, let us know what you think. And now back to the Miata. I'm gonna do some cleanup back here. Gonna do some cutting here. We're gonna throw a 6x6 plate on here. Not this is too thin. This was just so I get some ideas. So while I got Daniel over there getting that stuff cut out on the table, I'm gonna start doing some cleanup. dimple and die in that, or is it just a hole?
We're going to cut a little bit into the body and dimple die in.
Sure, you talk about it. Go ahead.
How's it going over here, Joe?
I am done. I'm ready for Daniel.
Are you really? So we got that all cleaned up and all the old spots cleaned up. We got to clean down there still a little bit, but as you saw, I got the plate cut out, and what this is going to be is it's going to go. This doesn't work. Pull it off. That's going to go right there and fold down, and then we'll weld that, and then we're actually going to dimple die this in, so it's got a little more character than just a typical plate. We didn't even have to add that. I just wanted to add a little more structure to this, and we still may add one more piece on the front, but we'll see. But that's going to be the base for the B-pillar hoops. So Joe's going to get these cleaned up, dimple dyed, and then we're going to go ahead and mark where they're going to weld, and then we'll clean that and prep it for welding. And then we'll weld those on, and then we'll measure for the B-pillar. How's it fit?
Oh, I just got to. Do you want it back or do you want it forward?
More back. Because it's going to have just a hair of a lip on this side, but with the fold on that side, it's going to be. Because that's got to be. Oh, wow. Huh. It doesn't sit as flat as I thought it would. Does it need to be ground more?
We can work on it a little bit. It's. See how this kind of sits up.
Well,
so.
yeah, that's got to come down a little.
But see, I basically figured that this is kind of irrelevant now. We can almost even get rid of all this.
Oh, wow.
But it doesn't hurt to just.
Well.
And we can just weld over top of it. It's not going to hurt anything.
It'll be strong now, so.
Yeah. I'm almost thinking we stick it right about there.
This side. How does this one fit?
No, I got that far.
Same thing. Where are we at?
We're on a video update. We got the plates tacked in. This is the 6x6 that meets the NHRA specifications for a base plate.
And everything, as always, is just tacked. We've got some cosmetic stuff we got to work on, and I'm probably going to come back here and there we go, add a little more plating there, but we got one plate up here, got to shape that to the body a little bit. So now we'll put the seat back in, and we're going to measure up and over and down and make the B-pillar bar.
I'm crammed in here.
Looks a little tight on you.
Yeah. You know what it is? It's this battery box. Preston, this thing's got to go, man.
We can probably make him a new battery box.
Stick it right there.
Something.
Right on top of the fuel tank. You don't need that.
Best spot for it. So ideally,
we need to just go a little higher than this. Why don't we just measure off of here up to here?
Measure off your head. Bad idea.
No. No!
Don't move
I can't
a muscle.
Move.
Can you bring your head down?
Oh. Bring my head down.
We're bending up the main hoop, and because we want to make sure it's perfect, we actually drew it up in CAD so we could get our measurements ideal. So now we're going to transfer that to that and bend it up. So we want it to come up a hair.
Mm-hmm.
It's obviously higher. Oh, these don't have a tilt wheel, do they?
I have no idea.
So, yeah, perfect. So now if we put a tube up here to protect his head, it's got enough headroom that, I mean, unless he's, you know, fighting to hit it,
Yeah.
that's good. So I like this height. So let's make sure we're level this way. We'll use the gauge, find the point on the car, kind of reference, and go from there. Oof, yeah. Okay. .2.
I think you can shake a stick of that, huh?
All right.
All we need is a distance now.
For center. So we've measured off 4 different places, and we got a lot squared up. The only thing
Deja
is we were a little further inside than we planned, so we're going to add just some gussets there for looks. Look at that. It's nice and level.
Pretty close.
You want to hop in there, Joe? Let's check our head clearance. The first check, we actually had to come down almost 4 inches. We were a little high.
But we cut it long on purpose.
But now, we still don't fit in there very well. So if we have a tube that ran on his head, we still have all that room. But most likely, this tube is going to run to the outside here, and then it's going to come down. Sorry. To right here. And then we're actually going to do a V pattern or W pattern. So there will be, dang it, take this. There'll be a tube that comes down right there and then up. Yeah, like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then up top, we're going to add some extra tubes. Because this is an open body, we just want to make sure that there's no chance if something happens that their head will be bouncing off the ground. So, kind of see that there. Kind of, yeah.
Ish. Probably more around there.
Something like that.
Something. We'll see.
Yep.
Probably have a slight curve or something.
All right, so Joe's got to roll. He's got to get going, but I'm going to stay, get a couple more tubes knocked out, show you guys what we have planned. So Joe, say bye to everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Fist bump for you, buddy.
Boom.
We'll see you next time.
Damn.
All right, so it's just me now, so I'm going to go and work on the down bars on the back of the car, and we'll see how far we get. Oh, as you saw me working on this tube, it took a little bit to get that notch right. It's a little tricky sometimes when you're notching to a bend, but it all came together. Got a nice fitment there. Got it all cleaned up, DA sanded, and we'll get this tacked in place. I'm going to measure the length to verify for the other side. But like I said, we are doing this one a little bit different, so that's why we're going a little wider, because next we're going to have one that goes up to the middle. So this thing should be very well supportive and be very safe. So I'm going to measure this tube, and then we're going to start grinding that side. Alright, unfortunately I'm going to have to end the video here. I tweaked my back the other day and it was doing okay. And then as I was working on this other tube on the passenger side, something just, I don't know, I felt like there was a knife in my back. So my back hurts. There's an excuse, it really hurts. So this is where we're at though. I've got the passenger side just about there. Needs a little more working up here on the notch, so I'll get that finished up, and then from there we're going to start working on the tube coming up that way. And one thing that we're doing different with this, we're actually adding a few more tubes than we did on the Bug. It's just a little bit of a different style. The tube is going to meet and form a node here. So this tube, and this front tube will all intersect at the same point, and it'll flow up this way into the dash or the windshield, and come down here. And we're still figuring all this out, what we're going to do there. So yeah, we'll keep it going. And with that, if you're not subscribed, make sure that you get subscribed. We're about 50 subscribers away from our next giveaway. We do a drawing every 500 subscribers. If you liked the video, give us a big thumbs up. If you didn't, give us a thumbs down. As always, make sure you leave us some comments. Tell us what you think, what you want to see, and just general feedback, everything that you want on our channel. If you didn't see our last video, we got a lot of cool stuff in the shop. And we did spend a few minutes with the Willies. You can see that over here somewhere. If you're not subscribed, make sure you get subscribed. And then check out these videos. All right, Joe's not here, so fist bump for you guys.